Why is Bryan Mbeumo trending right now on X? Well, it's simply because, like we said yesterday, Bryan Mbeumo, Manchester United, personal terms agreed, but more significantly, Manchester United have upped their bid and it is now becoming more and more official around all of the different outlets around this transfer deal. We have now got Alex Crook and Ben Jacobs talking tonight about Manchester United's new improved bid as talks have accelerated for Manchester United to sign the Brentford forward. We have been talking earlier on tonight about what Manchester United need to get done now. With July 1st coming up, it has been reported that Manchester United are waiting for that financial year to open on July 1st so they can make this official. They've worked out all the finances. Ben Jacobs has gone on to say that talks have moved this week with Manchester United now in at where Brentford would like to be for the full transfer. We've been talking about this for days. In fact, like I just said, we talked about this yesterday and it does seem like this is a similar story to what we were talking about, but this is now even more significant because it's come out from different sources now and several sources jumping onto this all over social media. Like I said, it is now trending online. This deal looks like it is about to be finalised. I try to bring you everything as it actually happens and as everything breaks, even the minor news and minor updates on the same situations. We like to be completely upfront with everything going on. We have just done a live show, but this obviously happened in the last 10-15 minutes here, and it is worth talking about because it is everything that Manchester United fans need right now. To go through everything and what has actually been said in detail right now, the news has been broken by Ben Jacobs of TalkSport and several different outlets actually. Ben Jacobs works for. But first of all, from Alex Crook, understands Manchester United have now improved their offer for Bryan Mbeumo for over 60 million. Now, we were talking yesterday about this being around about 65 with add-ons. It's all fallen into place. We started with Alcaraz's comments yesterday. Then it went on with another source saying that this is even closer. No, it wasn't Alcaraz. Sorry, I say that again. It was actually Rudy Galletti. Then Alcaraz came out after him and said that this is now a move forward. More talks have taken place and big talks are happening this week. And now Alex Crook and then Ben Jacobs as well on top of that have now come out tonight in the last half an hour and said that Bryan Mbeumo to Manchester United is now looking more and more like a done deal. Talks have accelerated in the past few days and will continue this week. It is thought that the personal terms are now officially, instead of just verbally, and now very close to being finalised for Bryan Mbeumo. We are moving forward to full completion of this transfer and he is going to be a Manchester United player. What I want you to do is talk to me in the comment section about the relief of knowing that this deal is pretty much done now. Rate the June month for Manchester United, because if this does happen this week, that's 2 signings this month for Manchester United. Where are you at with our window so far? If Mbeumo is done now, just as we're about to break into July, that's the important thing in this transfer. Don't forget, that's 2 done and that's 2 guaranteed. Miles better players than what we had last season, already coming in with Ruben Amorim on pre-season training. This was the one that we wanted to get out of the way that we've been talking about for nearly 3 weeks now since the news came out about Bryan Mbeumo preferring to move to Manchester United. In fact, in this report as well, which is coming out tonight, it has been made very clear. Bryan Mbeumo, Alex Crook actually says, has always made it clear to Brentford that his preference is to join Manchester United over Tottenham. Spurs are now expected to focus their efforts on signing Eberechi Eze from Crystal Palace. Good luck with that one, because Crystal Palace tonight have had the go-ahead to play in the Europa League. It does look like that has now come to an agreement and Palace are playing European football this season. So good luck, Thomas Frank, over at Spurs. Manchester United have beaten several Premier League clubs now, it seems official, to the signing of Bryan Mbeumo. And the significance of that is in that sentence that I just said. This man was going to go to any of the top clubs in the Premier League, but he has made it very clear he wanted Manchester United. The story from Darren Lewis of the Mirror, and the Mirror trying to scupper this, saying that Spurs were going to be in. Lots of fans panicking and worrying. He has always said all along, and has probably been sat there laughing his head off, laughing his ass off. Other comments coming in and other reports coming in that he wants to possibly now stay in London. Why? We said all along he's turned down Newcastle and Arsenal already. Why the hell would he want to go to Spurs? It has been funny actually watching other clubs come in while United have just been sat back conducting business and getting this deal over the line. And for everybody who thinks that Manchester United have been running slow with this transfer window so far, we are 2 signings ahead of Arsenal, 2 signings ahead of Newcastle, 2 signings ahead of Spurs, Nottingham Forest, miles ahead of teams that need players probably just as much as what Manchester United do, because they're competing for several trophies next season where United are not. And that, again, just shows you the power of Manchester United and what we have actually got. If we get competent people working for us in that structure, in that management team at Manchester United, we can go places. This is a very, very good start. And this is quite significant tonight in that United do look like they are now on the brink of announcing this deal officially. It is excellent news for Manchester United. All of a sudden, this window has gone from what has been an okay start to an excellent start, and now we move into the month of July with hopefully these 2 deals in place and now ready to move forward onto more significant moves. As I say more significant because I think these 2 are actually massive for Manchester United. I think these are 2 of the signings of the transfer window. They really are. I don't think there's going to be many that can compete with these 2 signings for Manchester United. When you put everything into perspective, when you talk about where Manchester United finished last season, how poor this club is, the absolute shenanigans and circus off the pitch right now, everybody laughing in on Manchester United, but we're still conducting business like this and getting deals like this done. Again, I've said this so many times throughout this process since BRYAN Mbeumo said he wanted to join Manchester United. I've been all in on it, and you know I have here on FUTV, saying that this is an absolutely massive signing. And for him to come out with everything like I just said there and want to be a Man United player, this is spectacular news for Manchester United. And he should be, as a Manchester United fan, really excited that a player like this wants to come to the club. We've known it all along, but I think just when official, it's not official, but when you get more significant reports like this and then more and more people reporting it, you start to get that feeling, right, okay, yeah, I can start to sit a little bit easier now. Now that I know that Manchester United have upped that price and it's going to be very, very close, because we know United are not going to negotiate for 2 weeks verbally behind the scenes, and then news come out about an improved bid going in and that bid not being accepted. It would make us look like absolute idiots. My God, touch wood and pray that that doesn't happen right now, because we will actually be a laughing stock and the negative Nancy's will be out in force if this bid now isn't accepted. But I can't see it. I really can't. The fact that we negotiated for 2 weeks after the initial bid was rejected to get to this point, to make sure that every single I was dotted and every single T was crossed, every minor detail was covered, and then put the bid in officially, I can't see anything but a BRYAN Mbeumo in a Manchester United shirt alongside Matthias Cunha. Get this deal done and finalised, Man United. It puts the fan base at ease. It gives us confidence going into the rest of this window that our 2 bits of main business are now done. Full focus on getting players out, like we spoke about earlier on with Jadon Sancho, to make room for another striker to come in, and then we start to go from a 7 out of 10 window to an 8 out of 10 window, and possibly even more beyond that. Just a positive little video at the end of the day here, everybody, because Manchester United look like they are about to officially announce that second bid, which is expected to be accepted by Brentford, and BRYAN Mbeumo is about to become a Manchester United player. Don't balls it up, please, now, because that was a big speech, and I don't want to look like an absolute clown, like somebody else was talking about last night. Anyway, you know what I mean. Let's go for it, Reds. Come on. And Mbeumo looks like he's one step closer to being a Man United player. Epic news tonight for Man United fans. Get your comments in below. Let me know how you feel. Where are you at with this window? If Mbeumo gets announced this week, are you happy with the progress so far? Would you have expected more? Considering United's circumstances, I'm not too bad with it. Give the video a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button up on your screen right there, everybody, to be kept well up to date with everything going on at Manchester United. Love you all. See you in the next video.